Hello YouTube, welcome back to Gungeon. You're not going to see this until long after it's recorded. Yeah, Kurt says a lot of things. Whether or not he will actually be here for EDF remains to be seen. As per usual, Gungeon sounds very loud. Also, what is this room? Don't think I've ever had this room. Gungeon seems loud to me, but that's probably just because I hit the volume on my headset. Hang on. I knew I had time to do it. They're all the way over there. Yeah, what a weird room. You've downloaded the Force Souls thingy? Oh, Valnar, have you done that as well? Because even if you're joining me, I assume you need to have the files as well.
Ooh.
Ooh. You got it? Excellent. Thank you for the bits, Philin. Hello, YouTube. Remember to pop into Twitch sometime to pay the frog. It's the safest way. It's safest that way. My lawyer is telling me to mention that that is not a threat, merely some life advice that you might want to heed if you want your life to be long and your kneecaps to be healthy, because kneecaps can turn unhealthy at a moment's notice. All it takes is a phone call, or a snap of one's fingers, depending on who's in the room. And how many baseball bats are to hand. It's a fairly variable thing, as it turns out. Feels like an awfully dangerous room for floor 1 as well, actually. Good doggle. Got lots of money for it. No, I'm not saying UNTZ. Sarah just settled down after she heard dogs on something I was watching that I'm going to start talking about. And anytime she hears dogs on, well, I was going to say the TV, but it's my monitor. Same difference really, I suppose, if you're watching Netflix. She comes running and she'll start barking because she's just, it's hardwired into dogs to do that, I guess. They don't know what a television or a monitor is. Roll. And anyone else filtering in. See, I don't want to start talking about the thing I've watched yet, just in case we'll let some more people filter in, because I don't want to get like halfway through the topic and be like, what's he talking about? As is what happened with Agritsuko yesterday. Oh. Okay, that's very interesting. Your cat doesn't meow at TV, cats? Well, that's because it's too busy plotting world domination, obviously. Or Instagramming with its cat friends about you being its slave. Hello, Ox. Alright, that's not a good quality chest. I think I'll take a gamble on the blue chests. And then we'll buy a key and get the other chest on the floor. Well, they do make you look cooler, but what do they do again? Is that the explosion slowdown ones? Dodge power during explosions and slows time during explosions. Not particularly relevant unless we get an explosive weapon. Which I suppose we might. Hello, Nikki. I thought that was a toilet when I walked in. It's a statue of the robot. It's like, why is there a ceramic toilet in the middle of the room? Or a marble toilet, I guess. Wasn't a toilet at all. It was just a metaphorical toilet. As is tradition. Ooh, near late. I was going to say, there's still someone alive because there was more bullets there than that gentleman was firing. I possibly shouldn't go into this next item room in case
A gift for you.
the chest is going to explode. Because I don't have another key yet and we haven't found the shop. That was fun. Utterly pointless, but fun. Thank you, Regent, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Nikki74. Enjoy my emotes for a month, courtesy of Regent. And also, everyone gets to enjoy the giant Sora. To share some very, very brief... It's a mimic. Some very brief It's a Mimic. 40k news, I have my other... Like, I've got two 6x4 battle mats. The one you've seen most recently with, like, the Chaos symbol in it, and then one I don't know if I used on any of my main channel battle reports. Frost Giant. No, Glacier. Even better. It's a bit brighter, it's a bit more, it's just like sci-fi. I've got that set up. It's getting stretched though, because the Chaos mat is like mouse mat material, so it flattens out real nice. This other one I got, it's just like, it's not. I don't know what it's made of, but it dog ears something fierce, so I'm weighing down the edges to keep it flat for when I eventually record the next battle report. Oh, thank you, Doggo. I'll take your key. And I guess I will open that brown chest. I'm just clearing rooms for extra shells at this point. One of these days I'm needing to get like a grasslands, or... I was going to say desert, but a grassland would be better because I model most of my base. Ooh, double vision, that's very good. I model most of my bases with grass of some type. So yeah, I need to get my hands on like a grass mat. Just, it also is very, very different to the two kind of like, well, one stonework and one metalwork ones that I have. Oh right, that counts as explosions. Huh. I notice I'm not getting the slowdown every single time though. It's only happening, oh, it's on cooldown I guess. No fire, please. Good God, we made him our bitch. Hold on. Yeah, that's all the 40k stuff I had to mention. Just I was musing to myself. Oh, the rectangular is very good as well. I was like, yeah, I need to get something that isn't like stonework or metal. But then I'd also need to get like stones and stuff because it'd look weird. Well, I guess the runes wouldn't look weird, but some of the metalwork buildings wouldn't fit it as a theme. Shop could have a secret room. It did not. Well, it helped that all his shots were getting destroyed, the slowdown, etc. Sadly, it's almost out of ammo, but the rectangular is a good backup for bosses as well, especially with double vision. It means I don't need to hold on to the crossbow. Oh, you know what? Something else I wanted to talk about, but that's not what I was watching earlier today. Remember the other day when I was talking about watching all the other stuff that the Trailer Park Boys did, and their crappy show called On Drugs and Drinking Fun Time Happy Hour or whatever, and I spoke about the premise being pretty interesting and all that. I was thinking about it again, and I realised there's a very blatant problem with the theme of the program, which, if you weren't here to hear me talk about, they play themselves as writers of a TV show. An evil scientist gives them and all the cast hallucinogenic drugs, and then all the cast think they are really the characters they were playing. And they're like trying to escape the situation. I right-clicked, screw you, piece of shit enemy. Wasting my time. Okay, that just... what a stupid thing. I'm still counting this as flawless so far. So to finish my thought, that's all well and good. Like, okay, the actors are all... they all believe they are the characters they were set to play, so the pirates think they're pirates, etc. Problem with that is the three guys play multiple roles. So, like, the three pirates are them, the three gangsters are them, and they have interactions with them, but within the context of the program it makes no damn sense, because those aren't actors, it's them. You know what I mean? So it's like, it doesn't make any sense. Oh, does he? Oh. Not a mimic this time either. Fat bullets? Yeah, okay, that's good. Been a while since I've seen fat bullets, in fact. Obviously, they probably couldn't afford to hire however many actors required, but just within the context of the show, your whole premise is that it's all actors who are on drugs so they believe they are their roles, and yet half the roles are played by them. Like, all the cultists are them as well, so it fell apart, and I'm surprised that it took me that long to realise that very obvious problem. Yeah. It's possible they did think about it and they just didn't care. Who knows? Either way, it was garbage, but... You didn't know that. You didn't know what? Did I miss something? More ammo. Perfect timing. Keep on accidentally looking at explosions instead of looking away like someone who's pretty damn cool. Where is... No, I want... Thanks. Restoring ammo restores the max clip size of guns when the pop monster eats you. What? You saw a Netflix show that you wonder if I would be interested in, provided it's available in Scotland. It's called You, and it's about a stalker. Is that the TV drama that had David Tennant as a stalker? Because I spoke about that program once before, if it is. Or is it something else? Like, who's in it? I was just going to say, this is the bloody Uzi ghost room, isn't it? Remember speaking about this room last time we were playing. It's something else? If you remind me after the fact, I can check if it's on UK Netflix and see if it tickles my fancy. No, I didn't know that about those enemies, but that just makes me dislike their horrible design even more. But who's got time to, like, fix the crap you just throw in the game when you've got other games to make instead? Anyway, the thing I have started watching today, and I haven't finished it, so if I do accidentally spoil anything, it's going to be like the first 4 episodes. We are going to get rid of the crossbow and gamma ray because they are bad. Why was my gun encased in shadow there? Oh, sorry, to finish what I was saying. Yeah, only about 4 episodes in. It's a 10 episode, hour-long episodes run. Oh, we had Smiley's Revolver last time. I meant to watch it closer to Halloween because that's when it premiered on Netflix. It's The Haunting of Hill House. And I heard it was very good. I think I remember watching like a pseudo review of it from Red Letter Media. I was like, that sounds interesting. So I decided to watch that, and I'll go into more once we deal with this. Why are all his bullets getting around those explosions? Because I guess they're coming out of different parts of him. They're not all coming out of the particular area I'm shooting. No, they are still getting through it, even if I'm shooting it where the explosion is coming from. That's weird. I watched it very closely that time. Thanks to the slow-mo, it gave me time. Now, either way, he still wrecked his face. So for anyone who isn't aware what it's about, it is about a married couple and 5 kids who buy a very large house with a history and they're doing it up to sell it for a profit. Also, thump. But the house is apparently haunted and some weird shenanigans go on, and the story is constantly jumping between stuff happening to the kids, and then you're following the story of them as an adult when one of them commits suicide, and it's kind of like following the story of what's going on. So far, I'm loving the story. It's incredibly interesting. From the very start, it's like, yeah, ghosts are real. So it's never like, oh, is it all in their heads or not? No, ghosts are real. So as long as you're okay with that, you can get into it. Also, you have to be okay with them kind of having supernatural powers. One of the children sort of has like the Shining special power, sort of. So you have to be okay with that as well. And that was a little bit hard for me to swallow. I don't know if it's going to be fully explained, but I assume the reason she has the gift is because one of the ghosts squeezed her hand so tightly. Without going into too much detail. Hello, Uber. What I will say though, very, very big negative, filled with tacky, low effort jump scares. The worst one of all was when the drug addict was just like remembering something when he was a kid. Then all of a sudden it's just a jump scare cut to a dog barking super loudly to kind of connect it to what we were talking about earlier. And that's complete with the horror movie super loud music at the same time to make you jump. It's lazy. Like, I hate that the jump scares are constantly getting in the way of an interesting horror story. It's a massive turn off. But the story is still interesting enough that I'm going to keep watching it. But it's incredibly predictable. And very irritating. It's just, it feels like it should be better than that. Or that it is better than that, and it's a great shame that they keep on resorting to jump scares thinking that's the only way to scare people. The kid actors are very good. And like, the best scenes in terms of like the horror stuff are when it's not jump scares and it's just like super tense. Like when the kid's stuck in the dumbwaiter and you kind of see something coming towards him and his flashlight is like playing up, and oh, the sound effect playing for his flashlight playing up, they use that all the time in Stranger Things. It's the same damn sound effect. But then they have like the tacky jump scare of the thing actually appearing, and that's like, oh. But then it goes back to just being creepy because you're like, oh, it's super tense because they have to get him out of there before it gets him. You've got a throat infection? No, that's a shame. Don't worry, I'll just talk more for all of us. But yeah, I like the tenseness of that moment rather than episode. But yeah, way too many jump scares, way too many it's actually a dream, bro stuff. But the story is very interesting and worth sticking with. Oh, you know what the other distraction thing is, and this was pointed out by Red Letter Media, I'm almost certain. The mother and father, when they're doing the kids sections, and it again, kind of like it kind of constantly jumps between the two. The mother is played by the lady who played the star of Gerald's Game, and the guy who was Elliot in E.T. is playing her husband. In Gerald's Game, the guy who played Elliot was playing her father who molested her. So it's a little weird to see them as a loving couple. It's very distracting if you've watched Gerald's Game. E.T. phone home? Well, it phoned somewhere. Charm Bowl's fine. I guess we'll use that after we've... Well, I could use Grenade Launcher as well, given that we can take advantage of it slow. So yeah, I'm not quite halfway through. But I'll probably binge the rest of it. I just... Why did they have to resort to the... Everything's quiet and then super loud noise accompanied by shocking music? It feels like they were so much better than that. It's disappointing. And they do it constantly, and I think the reason they have so many jump scares that turn out to be hallucinations is because they had to be like, okay, we want a jump scare every 20 minutes. There has to be at least 4 in an episode, every 20 minutes on the dot. Even if it has to be in hallucination, do a jump scare now. I'm firing two very large bollock-shaped grenades at you. Boom. Creating proper tension does take time and effort, but there are tense moments in it. That's what I'm saying. Like, it felt like they did put the effort in. There's a crap ton of creepy moments that don't have jump scares. Like when the kids are talking in the old pipe that used to let the head of the house talk to the kitchen without getting out of bed. And then one of them's rolling buttons down it. And they're like, did you get all three of them? And he's like, no, I got two of them. And then they both just kind of watch, and then like 5 minutes later the third one comes down, and then they hear someone calling for help or saying something. I couldn't remember what they were specifically saying. Like, that's creepy. And then the tension of the kid going up to see if anyone's trying to play a trick on them, that's tension. But then he looks in the reflection of the thing, and then there's a ghost going, rah! And then it's like, oh. Like, all that tension, and that's how you chose to pay it off. Although, again, because I've read Letter Media, I know apparently people made a big thing of, like, they filled all the background shots with ghosts that aren't ever, like, pointed out. I must admit, because I was just kind of giving it a chance, I was doing other things while watching the first episode, so I wasn't paying much attention to the screen, anyway. So I haven't seen any myself. But that kind of stuff is good. Like, just have ghosts chilling out in weird shots. Like, you're not quite sure if you see something and don't draw attention to it, don't drag it out. Hello, D. Hargis. I'm yammering away about The Haunting of Hill House. I'm giving it a tentative recommendation as to watching half of it, but I'm very, very annoyed it's filled with crappy low-effort jump scares. Oh, a sponge synergy. SpongeBob? We've got a SpongeBob synergy. Alright, I might use the rectangular on the next boss then, see what it does. Come to my arrow. That's right, you're all in love. Now kiss while I watch and film it. To distribute later at my whim. SpongeBob Squareponts. Yep, that's the synergy I've got. But I don't think they're just like chilling out reading books and stuff. I think they're just kind of like standing creepily looking on. Oh, another like little thing. It's a spoiler for episode 3 that isn't connected to the main story per se. I know why it's there. It's in to show off the girl's magic powers of... Well, I won't say what it is, but... Even before... Okay, I feel like that was probably deserved. And I knew it would be Regent without looking. Thank you. Even before it really goes into, like, oh, she can do this special power thing. And it's just introducing her, and it's like... She's a child psychologist. And she's talking to the kid, and then she goes and talks to the foster parents. As soon as they introduced the guy, I was like, that guy's molesting her. And yes, that's what it turns out he is doing. Although they do reveal it in a pretty interesting way. But it was like, it was super obvious. They made it too apparent. Yeah, but that's a good point. Why are ghosts always angry? Why are they always out to get you? Or why are they not... It's not even that they're out to get you, they're out to annoy you. By, like, making noises and moving things. Just to go stealing a beer from the fridge? Yeah, why not that? Okay, we've cleared the floor. Don't think there's anything else in the shop I wanted. Well, I mean, we'll have a synergy with that because we have one of the masteries, but... I'll hold on for something better. And let's try the rectangular, see what we can do. Actually, let's just fire it once to see. Maybe it bouncing is new? Honestly, I still think the glacier would be better. Tank sucks. Are you frozen yet? Actually, doesn't he build up freeze resistance or something? Get ice blocked to death. I'm sorry for being predictable. You're welcome. I mean, thank you. Why did I say you're welcome? I'm not Canadian. It's a force of habit to be polite. Sickening, really. Oh, Blake. Oh, I want to make some predictions about how the story is going to go, but I don't want to be told if I'm right or wrong.
It was worth it!
Thank you, Cyblade, for the sub via Twitch Prime. Appreciate the support. So do not tell me, don't even hint of whether I'm right or wrong. And obviously I might accidentally spoil what happens because I'm just guessing, as of not being quite halfway through the series. I think the mother from Gerald's game was possessed by a previous owner of the house. She went crazy, tried to kill them, and that's the thing they're all trying to forget. And as for them all having the shinin, I'm not sure about that. It doesn't really feel like the house being haunted is the main focus. It seems more like the main focus of the program is these kids all grew up in a haunted house and their lives turned to shit and now follow them for a bit. So I know I'm cleaning up the spiderweb too. But I assume like the big revelation is going to be what's behind that door, and it's going to be like the corpse of the lady that possessed the mother, that kind of thing. I don't know if why there's any ghosts at all will be explained. I'm guessing it won't be, because I think you just have to accept they are a thing. But I'll report back once I've watched the rest. Hey, who do you think taught the Canadians how to be polite? They learned it from us. Then the Americans taught them how to be more open with their emotions, so that's why they don't have the classic British prudishness. Oh, thanks, table. Well, thanks for saving me the hassle of having to kill that myself. Bye. I can't tell if you're being sarcastic when you say we look forward to the report, because I'm never sure how me going on and on about something I'm watching on television. Well, right, yeah, I'm not the bullet. Can't walk into people. I feel like if you charm one of those summoning guys or buffing guys, they should just stand still and let you kill them. Oh. This room is awful. Thankfully, not too hard, just awful. May as well use this one as well. No one else does. Because they've all moved on to the Wonder Vida's bits. So we restored some ammo for the other guns, so why don't I use those for a bit? Well, not hellish much though. Americans are only prudes with sex? I thought they weren't. Or is that the only place where British people aren't prudish? Behind closed doors in the bedroom. We're all filthy buggers. Not in the literal sense of the word. Oh, back to thump. Oh, once it reloads. Have I ever watched Sherlock? Yes, I have. In fact, we were speaking about it the other day because I watched the movie version of Sherlock on Netflix. with Robert Downey Jr. as Sherlock. Honestly, I think just using my starting pistol with fat bullets is probably a better idea than Charm Bow, because Charm Bow takes too long to fire. Oops. In my state, the only really legal way to have sex is missionary, in the dark, and with your wife. Fortunately, there isn't a lot of enforcement, but laws are out there. Okay, I'm going to guess what state you're in. I'm going to guess it's either... Oh, no. I'm going to guess it's either Texas or some other southern-ish state, or Florida. I'm granting you that that wasn't just one guess, but I don't know how many states, or I don't know many state names, rather. Correct. Yeah, urinate on his corpse. That's all he deserves. So we should know where our secret room is now, right? Oh, we have the Healy Dealy people here too. So that's probably above that room, and that looks like a really... Oh, there's a vampire lady as well. That is a rare and advantageous synergy we can make for ourselves here. Let's head up and do that then. Like, I wasn't meaning geographically speaking, I was meaning, like, backwards mentality speaking. I don't know what shot came in there, I was looking at chat. But luckily we're going to heal to full health anyway, so what does it matter? He fired a veteran-esque shot there as he died. Which is why he sucks. And goodness we have fat bullets, because otherwise this run would suck. It still kinda sucks, just because we don't have enough weapons outside of boss weapons. But my god, it would be worse if we didn't have fat bullets. I really don't want to have to go over there, so can you come over here closer, please? Thank you. Let's get the secret room first. Oh, so I did have to go over there, never mind. Let's see, where do I want to have ammo more? Honestly, probably that. We definitely do not want the shop thingy. Alright, so might as well get the other chest while we're at it. Get that veteran scum out of my way. Remote control homing bullets, I mean. I meant that, but I just didn't say it. Hello, Samurai. See if the shop's got anything worthwhile, because we've got a lot of spending money. Nope. Well, I guess we'll use Vampire Lady, heal to full, fight the boss. I'd have to speak to her twice there to make her bite me again. I know I could play her one more time, but we have an abundance of money. Also, I don't want to risk doing those jumps, so we're going to walk the long way. Just in case. Healing, please. Medicine! Wait, Sheba, wahahaha. It's a good evil laugh, I approve. Some might say it's the best evil laugh. The OG. Alright, gotta remember that they're following my cursor now. Get in the habit. Fire and forget is no longer a thing. So, this is the High Priest, and that sucks. Yeah, Glacier's still probably the best bet. Almost immediately hit by something he didn't fire. Oh. Remember when you used to be able to hide from this shitty attack down there? Good times. Thank you for the gift sub. I will read it after this fight. Also, the explosions sometimes aren't destroying his shots again. They're not doing enough damage. Whew, that was close. Thank you, Regent, for gifting a tier 1 sub to Satanta1. Is that a new emote you've got, Hawks? It's a very angry looking doggo. I can't hover over it to see if it's one of your emotes. I'd have to alt-tab. Also, epilepsy warning when this procs. Very annoying. But unfortunately needed right now. Hello, you rocks. Boom, headshot. How dare you give me a cursed enemy when I've had no curse? There we go. I don't think that killed him though. Oh no, it did. Ha! He can't counter critical shots. Hello, Firebite. Oh, you're catching the end of a Gungeon bit. It's just a warm-up run before we play Binding of Isaac 4 Souls. And see how everyone... Ooh, that was close. Everyone takes to that. And it might be the start of just like playing a bunch of different stuff on tabletop. I don't know. We'll see how popular it is. What was the other thing that spawned? Ah. Yes. Glacier is a wonderful present. It is a gift for you, one might say. Oh, it's the one that stops. Well. But I was still thinking like I was playing as a bullet for some reason. I was like, oh no, we don't have full HP. Who cares? Tabletop Simulator hasn't got anything to do with IRL. We're not like... Oh wait, right, you didn't know we were playing on Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, we're not doing it like a live action game. Also, I don't think playing a live action board game and like having a web camera on it or anything would constitute an IRL stream. Like, I wouldn't even have my tits out or anything. That you would know of. Yep, sorry, no problem. I could never do IRL streams, then you would know that I do every single one of these wearing my full fursuit. And how could I possibly get away with that? And pretend to be a normal person. Oh, Mad Liger. Note it 0 out of 10 for he resubscribed. I already know you do, but it's because that's why you have the Wimo. No, you made that, Zeppel, so more likely that got in your head a little bit. It's probably you just wanted to act out your fancies. Also, I'm not ready for this run to end because I want to see what I can buy with 400 shells. Oh, Gort. I mean, none of these are particularly necessary at this point. Where would the shop be? It has to be down here somewhere. How do LARPs work anyway? It's people just hitting each other with foam bats. It's Fight Club for nerds. That's what LARPing is. Throw small rocks and yell, lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! I rolled through that. Nope. Also, the constant flashes of his gun are getting to me. Let's use something else. Oh, right, yeah. Should you buy Gungeon for yourself? I don't know, I'm not your mother. Ask your mother. Text her right now. Say, hey, Mom. Favorite kid here. Just wondering if you think I should buy Enter the Gungeon. Actually, no, shorthand it. Do you think I should buy Gun? See how she reacts. Then when she inevitably texts you back saying no, you reply, hey Mom, don't be a square. Chill out, y'all. And then throw your phone out the window. And buy Gungeon anyway. Where is this friggin' forge? I said shop earlier, I meant forge. Please give it to me now I've said the right name. Did you say go for it? Oh, good. Uh-oh. Oh, crap. It's not a forge, I can't even open that. Of course, it's the one way I didn't go. Let's see. Got some ammo for this. We have 8 ammo. Wow. Well, moving on. Thwomp. Oh, now we have a key for that chest that we found. Ah, oh, there's a new room clear. That's good, Daka. What is Binding of Isaac 4 Souls? It's the board game version that I did a video or 2 of recently. We can play it digitally. And it's a very good digital version as well. We had a little look at it during yesterday's stream. Finally, and you have nothing I particularly want, but whatever. I was just trying for synergies there, honestly. And there was none. Although, double vision shell... No, we should probably just go with what's going to get us the kill easier. Always that one little bullet that goes way awry from the rest of it, in a manner which doesn't make sense in the arc he's firing. But it's only ever the left gun that does it as well, it's never the right. You are not affected by slow, are you? Yeah, there went the other shot again. Although I think I bounced it with the glacier that time. There it goes again. Very good RNG on his attacks there until he did that one. Not the most effective use of double vision, I know, I just had to see what it was like. It's pretty good. Probably rectangular is my best bet for... That pile of shotguns. Zombie's worst nightmare. Ugh, I'm gonna have to do like 3 cycles. You're wasting our time. See you later, Hawks. Oof, just in time. So I thought I flawlessed him, but I guess I got hit when I was looking at chat while firing Glacier at some point. Hey chat, don't be square, be rectangle. That said, I am going back to High Noon. And now my eyes hurt because that bloody Vorpal gun, what a pile of shit that is. And the fact they've never bothered to do anything about it, either. It is High Noon. Yeah, we would have struggled a bit more on that run if we didn't have fat bullets, especially so early. Yeah, we basically flawless every boss as well. Good. For those watching after the fact on YouTube, I hope you enjoyed, and see you next time. Ta for now.